How's it going? In this day and age, we hear a lot about people spreading fake news and disinformation and things like that. So it's important that we vet our sources. One of the ways that I do that is by using a website as well as two different apps. They give us the media bias ratings as well as on the website. There's a chart. It makes things a little bit easier to understand. You can actually check into the bias yourself. Um, Please excuse me as we're working through all this. This is the first time that I've used an app to screen capture. That's why I have the background that I do. I don't usually keep a picture of myself on my phone, but because we're doing this, it makes sense to advertise. I had a picture of Jason Voorhees. Anyway, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up Brave browser. The website that I'm going to can be used on any browser. If you have an Android or an iOS and you're able to get Brave browser, though, one of the things that's important is Brave browser keeps people from being able to track you as well. It has its own privacy settings that make it one of the most secure browsers. The page that I'm on is not the page that I intended to be on. I practiced a little bit, and obviously the practice didn't make perfect, but it's going to allow me to go into this part real quick. So allsides.com is the website that we're going to use. You can use that on any browser. One of the interesting pieces of it is they have a chart that kind of gives an idea of the levels of partisanship in media. So as you see on the center, which is the least biased, we've got Associated Press, BBC, Bloomberg, Christian Science Monitor, NPR, etc., etc. Okay, and then from center, each step has varying levels of bias. So one step to the left has ABC, Atlantic, CBS, CNN. Those are generally they're going to have good information for you. You can generally get what the news is from them, but they're going to have a little bit of a skew in favor of an audience, for the left, and then over on the right side, American Conservative, The Dispatch, Fox News, Online, Just the News. Okay, if you notice, there's Fox News, Online News Only, and there's Fox News Opinion. Same thing with CNN News Only and CNN Opinion. As we get into the opinion pieces, they carry with them a deeper partisanship. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. In any case, the closer we stay to center, the least bias it's going to get. But that doesn't mean that the far left and the far right news are going to be useless to us. We just have to keep in mind that they're going to have a bias. Okay. So let's go to the home page so that we can see what's going on. All right, so here's the home page. Okay. So as you go here, it has the donate button, COVID-19 news and resources. Okay, and then you can follow them on all of their social media. I follow them on Twitter and Facebook. So what we're looking at now is the format of their articles. If you look, $600 jobless benefits set to expire it's the main topic, and then we go into how the various media reports it. So the first one that we see has a blue line. That is always going to be a left-leaning publication. The middle one has the purple line, and that's going to be center line, and then the red's got the red line, and that's going to be obviously the right. $600 a week unemployment benefits expire, posing fresh danger to Trump's reelection. So that is from NBC News Online, and as we see, that is one step away from center. So it's going to have information that's going to be useless. Well, it may be. It's going to have information that's going to be useful for us, but we have to understand that it's going to be left-leaning and maybe skew that information to that audience. The center line, Congress leaves town without a coronavirus stimulus deal allowing $600 unemployment benefit to end. Okay, that's USA Today. Obviously, we see that that's a center line. And then we have Mark Meadows slams Democrats for rejecting offers to extend unemployment boost. And that is one step to the right. So it's really interesting to look at how the headlines themselves change the actual article. Okay, so here we've gone into this actual article from the left. Okay, so it gives you an excerpt. Okay, so we're actually able to see direct excerpts. We can click on the title and actually go in and look at the article itself and read it. Okay. But we want to look at how these articles are also providing a little bit of division, because if you look at the left-leaning one, it's attacking Trump. If you look at the right-leaning one, it's attacking Democrats, and then the center-leaning one is attacking Congress as a whole. It's kind of funny to me. Okay, we end up with more of these. I want to scroll down to this one. Okay, so report says Kavanaugh discouraged other justices from citing in politicized cases. That's the general main article topic. If we notice, the left-leaning one is one step. CNN Web News. Remember, the news one is one step. The opinion one is two steps. The Hill has the center line. But one of the things that I wanted to point out is you end up with National Review, which is far to the right. So we're really going to have to pay attention to vetting the information that they provide and making sure that that information is good information, or if it's manipulating words in order to make things seem more sensational. Okay, we can go up to the top, go to the menu. Okay, the menu is where you're going to see the media bias ratings that we started the page on. Okay, in the media chart. Okay, you're also able to open up the news, balanced news, facts and facts checking, perspectives. Okay, it's a good website. I'm gonna move on to the apps that I use. So the first app that I use is News Voice. This is a free app. It doesn't have the news bias right on the front page, so you actually have to open it up to see it. Okay, so the first article is Trader Joe's says erasing cultural icons representing minority groups is racist. That's basically talking about after being accused of racism by a 17-year-old girl over the naming of an array of items it sells, Trader Joe's responded that it listens to its customers and takes their recommendations into consideration first before acting on petitions, and that erasing cultural icons representing minority groups seems to be racism in itself. Okay, that's their opinion. We can see how the left puts it. Trader Joe's says it will not rebrand ethnic food labels despite petition calling names racist. The right says nullity. Trader Joe's politely tells cancel culture to shove it. We have that from Breitbart, and then we have links to Europe. Further links from the left. Obviously, the left likes this topic. Okay. Notice the sensational title, shove it. Okay. Breitbart would be a far right publication. Everything that they put out generally is going to be skewed in that direction. Okay. So we are able to also go to a listen section where you can listen to audio snippets of the news. You can save your own articles down. I'm going through down on the bottom. Okay. Then you have your activity in your account. Okay. So that's the News Voice app that I use. And then lastly, we're going to go to Ground. Ground actually has a little bit of a subscription. It's like 99 cents a month or something, and you can pay for it up front. But one of the things that I like about it is this bar right here. Okay, if you look kind of the bottom third of the screen, you have where it says left 50%, center 25%, right 25%. The way that I take this is the amount of news reporting that we're getting from it. So if I click on the left, it gives me articles from the left. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the left of our particular country. We aren't the first ones and the only ones to use left, right, and center bias, and they generally have a similar meaning throughout, although some people on the left in other countries are more drastic than our current left, in my opinion. We can go to the center, okay, so 680 News Center, and then we can go to the right, which is Al Arabiya. Please, some words you're going to have difficulty pronouncing. Okay. Security law reaches beyond Hong Kong, U.S. dissident. So we can look at the left. That gives us South China Morning News, center, Asia Times, and then Telegraph for the right. Okay. These are all top stories. I can go into my feed, however, and in my feed are things that interest me more. I can go to North America. Trump says he will ban TikTok from operating in the U.S. Okay, that's the center, as we can see here. See where it says center next to the hill. Politico on the left. Okay, Trump plans to ban TikTok in the U.S. And on the right, Trump to ban Chinese-owned app TikTok from U.S. Okay, so it's kind of interesting that the only ones that want to bring up China happens to be the right. I wonder why that is. Might have something to do with viruses and whatnot. Coverage analysis allows us to sort by bias, time, location. Okay. Look at the chart. Okay. Gives us a coverage analysis on who covered this particular topic. And click on HuffPost, and it takes me to what HuffPost has to say on the article. So you're able to vet your information a lot better this way, because you can kind of see where the bias lies in the actual body of the text instead of just the article topic. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, this also has a video section, so you can watch some of the news videos as they're happening. We have a map section. Okay, I'm not going to let that scroll in and identify where I am. And then this allows you to, the discover section down here on the bottom allows us to discover news as we if we don't have a particular topic that we want to know about in particular. I said particular twice in that statement. We can actually just scroll through the discover section and see what's on debt. The housing lark, Sam Selvin's strikingly relevant, lesser known classic. Okay, so these are all news on various books that have come out. So this isn't just a political realm for us here. We can also look at polls. Okay, it's a really good app. Hopefully all of this assists you in being able to vet your information, gives you more resources in order to understand what's going on. I'm also going to be posting news articles and things to my website, which is indigenouspatriot.com. I'm on Twitter at WIKWEKO. That's Waco. I also have a Facebook page, and Indigenous Patriot. There's a YouTube channel. All of those are linked. If you want to show me some support, subscribe, share. Hope everything that I had to say here was somewhat useful to you. Thank you for watching.